So I'm here with our lead pastor from Carmichael Seventh Adventist Church, Keith Jacobson, my longtime friend. Keith, so we are less than a week into whatever this is.
Yeah.
We announced last week that we were going to discontinue in-person worship services. We held our first service on last Saturday, on Sabbath. As lead pastor, how are you feeling? How do you think the service went? What are you hearing from congregants?
You know, Bobby, it was really exciting in one aspect because this is still Carmichael. And to understand very rapidly Sabbath morning how many people from our congregation were connecting throughout the service. We calculate that really our entire congregation or our regular attendance was still in attendance. Mm-hmm. So that was exciting. One of the things that was just this wonderful aha, you never know who's going to be showing up from Sabbath to Sabbath. We had a family who had just flown in from Kiev. Mm-hmm. The last plane out of Kiev, and this young mom, her husband and child, their very first Sabbath in this country was spent here at Carmichael. And they're wanting this to be their new church home. So while the world is in turmoil, there are still just amazing things happening right here. You asked me though, how things are going? We're blessed by volunteers. This is just a huge value that has always made Carmichael so strong. This church was built by volunteers, it's sustained by volunteers, and those same volunteers, you are here to help out. This week, Bobby, we had to encourage many of our volunteer team for the food bank to stay home. Yeah. They happen to hit that category of perhaps being more vulnerable. Mm-hmm. So please stay home. But we still have a service need to our larger community. So very quickly the message went out. We had a solid team this morning setting up. We already have a team for Tuesday and a team for Wednesday. What's going to be new this year? This is so exciting. I love this. Carmichael is having the first in and out, not burger stand. I know some of you are disappointed. We are having the very first in and out food bank. So that's going to be exciting. People are going to be driving by through the parking lot around the fellowship hall, receiving their supplies, and then heading on out. So we are adapting. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's going on right now. We're adapting. Calls are being made to our church family. What are your needs? How can we be there? Right now, what we need in the church office, even with this particular video, who's receiving the information? Mm-hmm. How can we grow the communication links? Those of you who are listening to this right now, if you know there are church family members who haven't figured out yet how to open up the app, how to get the e-note, to put a link through to YouTube or to be able to watch the live stream service, let us know here in the church office. We want to do all we can to provide that link. And also, I need to clarify, Bobby, because there are some people who thought, if I'm not watching church live stream, I'm going to miss it. Yeah. So we need to be able to communicate in such a way that people understand, if you really want to watch Loma Linda first and then watch Karma, you can do that. That's allowable. But you can watch the church service anytime through the week. We just want to make sure the links are made, that the church family knows how best to stay connected.
It was interesting to me, you know, I was here on Sabbath.
Yeah.
And what part of 20, 30 of us who are in the room to see that family from Kiev come in.
Yes.
And sit down and enjoy the service as one of 30 people. It was interesting. It was a wonderful experience. I've heard great feedback that people really enjoyed it, even sitting at home. But the one thing that I heard too was, I missed the fellowship.
Yeah.
And there's no way around that.
Right.
Any advice you'd give to some of our members who are missing the fellowship, who are missing, yes, they're going to be able to work, we're going to be able to worship together virtually,
Yeah.
Any advice, any recommendations, any thought on maybe a way to stay connected?
It's going to come back to the communication link, of course. One of the first things we hope you do is to get the church app. With that, you're going to get the church directory. You'll have phone numbers, email addresses of people you know in church already. The other thing is to get onto Facebook. Carmichael has a Facebook page, and you can travel along with what's going on in different people's lives, follow the stories. We're trying to get more and more information on that page to help people stay connected. As people become aware of their own needs, again, of community needs, let us know. The phone, email, Facebook, those are going to be the readily accessible tools.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about our church service was the videos.
Yeah.
The videos that we received that we were able to play. So we talked about it. I think we want to encourage our members to communicate with us.
Yeah.
If you want to do a video, if it wants to be, if it's a voice message, if it's on our Facebook page, share your information with us. How are you worshiping? How are you staying connected to God, to your fellow church members? We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see more videos that we can show in the coming Sabbaths.
Absolutely. One of the things we talk about regularly, that one of the great riches of Carmichael is that we're intergenerational. And so we would like to encourage some of you at home who you may not do the same style of video, but we'd like to see a video. Like Bobby said, how are you worshiping at home? What are you reading? What's encouraging you? What helps your faith in a time like this? So put it in a quick clip, send it to us, and we'd like to have the full body of Carmichael displayed in our worship from Sabbath to Sabbath. I say Sabbath to Sabbath, Bobby, because everything we're reading, people are asking me, Keith, how long are we going to be doing this? We don't know. Right now, we are planning on it being weeks. I miss the Sabbath morning greeting. I look forward to it. I drive over here, and there's a couple of deacons, and we greet each other, just waiting for the hum of the congregation to step into the building. It's just beautiful. So I miss that. We are determined to continue to provide a worship service into everybody's homes that would continue the flavor of what the Carmichael experience from Sabbath to Sabbath. Even now, Bobby, we are still planning what we will do for our risen service on April 11. Jesus is alive, and we must never forget that. Jesus is the reason of our community. He's the reason of our hope. And when everything else is confusing and strange and out of the ordinary, what we get to celebrate is that he's alive. And because he's risen, we have so much hope, and we get to look forward with great promise. What is it exactly going to look like? I don't know. But as long as Jesus is present, as long as he is front and center, then I know it's going to be good.
Yeah. Carmichael, I think the bottom line is we want to stay connected. We want you to stay connected to us. We want to still be a part of your ministry, a part of your daily spiritual life. So continue to follow us every Sabbath on church. We'll keep communicating as often as we can. We want to hear from you. And you've got the website, carmsda.org. Go to our Facebook page. Download the app if you haven't. And if you're not a Carmichael member, this is a great time to connect. So start watching us virtually, and hopefully in a couple weeks, a couple months, we'll see you in church too. Thank you for watching.
God bless.